How's it going, people? Simon Slabber here, and this is your quest guide for missing presumed death. Start to finish, A to B, no nonsense, no fast forwarding, no talking about random jibber jabber, just what you need to know to get this quest done as quickly as possible. So let's get started. Quest requirements, there are none. Good times. Skill wise, there aren't actually any to complete the quest, although there are some bonus rewards which do require some levels. Those are 75 thieving and 75 constitution. Item-wise, you don't actually need anything, although if you are a very low level, I would recommend some armor and food, as well as a weapon, as you do need to fight some low levels 10s throughout this quest, although they do have quite a bit of life. So there we go. That's pretty much everything you need to know, other than the quest start. So where do you actually do it? West of Patadermis. You can talk to Brother Samuel. He is right next to the limestone mine. So once you've got everything ready, head on over. So, once you're here, come just to the west of Patadermis and south of the lime mine, and you will find Brother Samuel right here. So, as soon as you're ready, go ahead and talk to him. Quickly run through his chat, and tell him you can help him. Then choose option 1, something's happening to the bodies. If you've done that, you can now accept the quest officially. Get on that, get it done. So quickly spam through his chat again and he'll end up giving you a book. At this point we now need to investigate. So first things first, investigate the slaughtered monk to the north side. You will have to go through every single one of his options, so examine the arms, torso, legs, and listen to his soul. As soon as you've done that, leave him alone. Additionally, just to the east of him, you can find a plant which you can actually investigate. Go ahead and do so. You will then receive a ring with Seren symbol on. Once you've got that, head to your south and check the other monk out. Exact same as before, investigate his arms, torso, legs, and his soul. Once you've done that, leave him alone, and you can find another slaughtered monk just to the west of him. Go ahead and examine his arms, torso, legs, and soul once more. On top of that, this tree right between them, just to the south, actually has an arrow inside. Go ahead and investigate it, and that'll give you another clue. With all those things done, go back and talk to Brother Samuel, and tell him you think you found all the clues. Then, whichever option you wish, and quickly spam through his chat. So at this point we now need to go talk to the odd old man. So to find him, he is literally just up to your northwest. He's just inside the limestone mine. So head on up the little path, and just to your northwest you'll find him wandering around. So go ahead and talk to him and ask him about the monks. So persuade him. Then persuade him a second time. Then persuade him for the third time. Then finally threaten him. Once you've done that, you will get the information out of him. With the information in hand, head on back and talk to Brother Samuel. So quickly run through his chat and tell him he saw an elf. And then choose option 1, a very tall dark hooded dude. And then you can choose whichever you want, although personally I'm going with elf number 1. So as soon as you've run through those options with Brother Samuel, head over to Patadermis Temple itself, just to your east, and then head to the south side of it. You'll see a bunch of crystals on the floor, and they will lead you to a dead elf. So once you're over here, it's time to investigate once more. So go ahead and investigate the Elven Ranger, and the same as before, investigate his arms, torso, legs, and his soul. Once you've done that, just to the northwest of him, you will find a plant you can investigate. Go ahead and do so. You will then receive a necklace. Just to the east of the dead elf, you will find a piece of cloth on a fence. Go ahead and investigate that. And finally, investigate the bench just to the northeast of the cloth. You will receive a note. So, with all these items in hand, we now need to investigate Blaze just to the west of the dead elf. So head on up there and talk to him. So for this, ask him about the monk, or the elf even, then persuade, persuade again, then threaten, then persuade once more, threaten him again, and then persuade once more. Upon doing so, you've now collected all of the information in this area. There is, however, a tree you can investigate, although it doesn't actually give you anything. It's literally just next to the dead elf. So, investigate it or not, entirely up to you. As soon as you're ready, head on back and talk to Brother Samuel. So once you're back, tell him you think you found all the clues, and then choose whichever option you wish. And he'll then ask you to go talk to one of the wizards in the wizard tower. So go ahead and home teleport over to Drainer Village. So once you're at Drainer, head on down to the wizard's tower. So, once you're at the Wizard's Tower, straight away in the entrance, as soon as you enter, you will find Wizard Velina. Go ahead and talk to her. Then choose option 2. You then want to run through all of the options available with her. Tell her you trust her judgment on the Saradominus wizards. Once you've gone through all of her options, go ahead and leave. At this point you now want to head all the way back up and talk to Brother Samuel once again. So go ahead and home teleport over to Varrock or Canifis and make your way back to Brother Samuel. So, finally, once you manage to make your way all the way back up here, go ahead and talk to Brother Samuel. Quickly run through his chat, and you'll be given a bunch of options. None of these particularly matter which one you choose, so whichever one makes you giggle, up to you. You'll then be talked to by some kind of shadow. You can choose whichever option you wish once again. And Infiltrating will appear. Choose whichever option you wish. And choose whichever option you wish once again. And then you can choose whichever options you wish here as well. And as soon as you get it, go ahead and pick I'm ready. So as soon as you do, a bunch of skeletons will spawn and they'll start attacking. They're only level 10, but they do have quite a lot of HP. So basically just wail on them. They'll pretty much do no damage whatsoever unless you're really low, like a level 4 skiller low. Other than that, quite straightforward, nice and simple. So as soon as you kill them all, you receive an item. Go ahead and keep talking with Infiltrating them, and choose whichever option you wish. Quickly spam through the chat. And choose whichever one you wish. You'll then receive a little cutscene, and Infiltrating will put all of the monks to rest. So once you regain control, at this point if you need to get extra food or something, then go ahead and do so. If you're ready to carry on though, go ahead and stand next to Infiltrating and open up the invitation box. So upon opening it and saying you're ready to go, you will then be teleported to the citadel. So the cutscenes at these points I'm going to skip forward and fast forward them because they are exceedingly long. But as soon as you are ready and you are now in the citadel, head into the main plateau where everyone else is standing. And go ahead and talk through Infiltrating once again. Choose option 1, and you will then receive a cutscene, and Infiltrating will enter the room and leave you outside. So as soon as you now have control, head over to your west and up the ramp and through the first set of doors. Once inside, head over to the north side and you will receive another little cutscene. So once that cutscene is over, You then want to head just to your southwest, and then as soon as you are at the southern side of this building, there'll be a little doorway you can exit through to your southeast. Head through there and you will be able to jump across the cliff. Next you want to walk across these planks. The click spot's kind of dodgy, it'll be literally right underneath your feet on the edge of the cliff. Once you're across there, you can then drop down to your west side. Once you're downstairs, go ahead and climb up the rocks on the northeast side of this. You'll then be back inside the room but on the other side. Once here, there'll be kind of like a little strut you can crawl through in the center of the room. Once you've done that, head through the northern door. Keep heading north and into the next room. There's another little fight section in this room. It is just pretty much identical to before. Nice and easy. To start off, you want to pull the lever on the east side. This will place a spotlight in the northeast corner. And then you want to pull the lever on the west side. This will put a spotlight in the northwest corner. You can't kill the white unless he's underneath this spotlight. So basically maneuver yourself to the edge of the light and just wail on the whites until they're dead. So as soon as you kill the first one, 2 archers will then spawn. They'll both be standing inside the light. So go ahead and kill them. And now you'll have a wave of 3 or 4 whites coming at you, so just move your way back into the light itself. That way you can use your area of effect attacks and you can take them out a little bit quicker. So as soon as you've killed all the whites, on the east side of this room there'll be a window. You need to go over there and click that and you will receive another cutscene. Again, this cutscene is really long, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit. So as soon as you've regained control, you can now head through the northern door. Go ahead and do so. Follow the path in towards the next room. Go ahead and enter. Once inside, there's 4 projectors in the corners and a little table just in front of you. You need to check the table first, so go ahead and click on that. Quickly run through the chat and stop wasting time, option 3. Then what do I do, option 2. Then choose whichever option you wish. So the basic idea, we now need to make a face out of the light. So first off, the bottom left one, click it once, and then for a second time, and a third time, and a fourth time. And then finally, click it for the 5th time. you should have something like this. I'm assuming this is the same for everybody, so click the bottom right one once and you'll receive an identical copy on the right hand side as well. Then click the northwestern one once, then twice, then the top right one, click it once, then twice, and a third time, and you should now have this little mask face, hopefully, if everyone starts with the same projector set. So there we go. Once you've done all that, you should have a mask on the floor, and that'll be complete. Go ahead and check the window on the south side of this room. You will then receive another cutscene. So once you've gone through that, you want to head through the eastern door. Follow the path all the way around in towards the next room. Inside you'll find 3 boxes and a statue of Death. Go ahead and talk to Death. Choose option 2. Then whichever option you wish. Ask him, how do you answer? And then goodbye. So first things first, you want to search the crate on the far eastern side and pick up sand. You then want to use sand on the plinth right next to Death's statue. Tell him that's your final answer. You'll then receive a second riddle. Pick through the center box and pick out water. Then you want to use the water on the plinth and tell him that's your final answer. And last but not least, you want to pick the center box once again. Only this time you want to pick up shadow. Go ahead and use the shadow on the plinth. And tell him that's your final answer. Upon doing so, you will receive a little invitation note. Before you leave, go ahead and view the window and you will receive yet again another long cutscene. So once you've gone through that cutscene, you want to head through the southern door. Then jump down off the balcony. Then finally you want to head up the ramp to your west and you'll be at the start again in the main plateau with everyone else. Only this time you can now enter the central chamber where Thrarin went. Go ahead and talk to any of the Barrows brothers and they'll allow you to pass. So once you're inside, all you need to do is walk forward a little bit. I am going to fast forward this because this takes absolutely ages. All the questions you are asked in this chamber are entirely up to you. It's all about which god you align with, etc, etc. So, straight after this cutscene, you will be then in, I suppose you could call it, a boss fight. It's fairly straightforward. Basically, Thrarin will pop up a shield, and on the screen you'll see the percentage left on his shield. At the same time, there'll be a dragonkin shooting fire all over the shop. If you happen to get hit by one, then you'll have to restart the entire boss fight again. You can't actually die in this boss battle. basic idea is you need to come around the southwest side, stamp on some fires to make your way to Death's cage. You then want to release Death and talk to Infiltrating. And you need to do it relatively quickish, so Infiltrating's shield still has health left by the time you bring Death back to Infiltrating. So here we go, boss fight, nice and simple. So straight away Infiltrating will pop up his shield and you'll be protected while you're standing here and talking. Once you regain control, basically the idea is you need to free Death. We already have the key in hand, so you just need to get over there. The small little bits of fire, there's like 3 spots of them in one square, those are the ones you can stomp on. So come down towards the southwest, stamp out the first fire, then move to the next one, stomp that out, and then head on over to Death's cage and free him. Once he's released, make your way back towards Infiltrating. And once you're there, go ahead and talk to him. So, as soon as you've done that, you'll end it, and that will leave you with a nice little cutscene. Death will then teleport you out. You'll then be back where Brother Samuel is. Quickly run through all of the chat. And that is it. That is quest complete. So, what do you get for doing this then? Well, you get 2 quest points, 1,500 combat XP, 1,000 agility XP, and 500 prayer XP. They're all in lamps. On top of that, you'll receive a mask of Sliske, either the light or the dark mask. You'll also receive a book of the underworld, giving you a bunch of information on Death itself. You'll also keep your invitation box, and you'll gain 2 spins on the Wheel of Fortune. For the bonus XP, you do require 75 Thieving and Constitution, and any skill above 75. To access it, go ahead and open the invitation box, and you'll appear back inside Armadill's Citadel, or the Empyrean Citadel, either way. Head up to the main plateau where everyone was standing, and now you'll find a statue of Death. You can go ahead and ask the masks about rewards. You can pick them all up here. So what do you actually receive then? Well, you get 50k Thieving XP if you have the Thieving level. You get 50k Constitution XP if you have the Constitution level. If you have any skill above 75, you'll receive a 30k XP lamp usable on any skill. You can also receive 2 new Death animations. You can choose it to either be Death itself to come claim you, or you can have Infiltrating come claim you. On top of that, you also receive some Barrows amulets. Now basically what these do, there's a limited amount, I'm assuming, and all you have to do with these is take them down to Barrows itself, and each time you use one on one of the coffins before you summon them, it'll instantly kill them. So you don't actually have to fight them, and it'll speed up Barrows quite a lot for a little while. So all in all, pretty good reward. You can also change your masks and stuff here as well, and if you ever want to go back to the default Death animation, you can come here and do that. So that is pretty much it, and that is what the mask looked like. Pretty straightforward, nice and easy quest, lots of information on gods and stuff. So if you're into that, good times. Probably include it in the RS lore coming up soon. So, hopefully, you now all have this quest complete. So until next time, people, I will catch you all later. Have a good one.